When I was starting undergrad, I did a lot of websites, and I did the website for the Queen's University Dance Club. And instead of paying me, they offered me free dance classes. And I thought, you know, what the hell? And I signed up, I took everything they offered, and it clicked instantly. I loved it. So when I saw that the National Ballet was participating in this program, I thought, what a great experience. This would be great for me.
I think that the board was delighted with the fact that we engaged in this project. We're talking about things that maybe we haven't talked about in a while, and I think this helped sort of to amplify that conversation.
So my project was to do a bit of a survey into corporate donations to ballets across North America. So the idea being that being here for such a short amount of time, we want to be able to inform the board rather than to instruct the board. And so making an informative review of how the National Ballet performs in its corporate donations against other arts organizations was that sort of informative project that Barry and the board were looking for. I learned a lot about speaking with leaders, interacting with leaders. I saw how they worked, I saw how they managed their teams, I saw how they managed their time. And that was all amazing qualitative experience that you couldn't get in the classroom.
Rotman was deeply committed, and I sensed that from him from the very beginning. It's a mutual and deep commitment, and there has to be a sense of responsibility and accountability around taking it very seriously, not just ticking the box.
Barry and I met regularly, and we had phone calls and emails when we needed to. He talked to me a lot about what the project should be, how we should tackle it, and he helped me refine the actual presentation at the end of it.
We spoke at length about how to communicate information to the board, because I think Rotman came at it with lots of data that he found really interesting and that he wanted to put out there in front of the board, and I had to help him to sort of understand how boards take in information.
Barry can tell you that I spent a lot of time asking him what to expect. I had my very first meeting with Barry. He brought me to a development meeting with his staff in a subunit of the board. Barry and his team walked me through it. I presented to them individually before presenting to the board. I got a lot of feedback of how to approach the board, and I felt calm going in.
If the candidates who are interested in this program who are going out and meeting people in the leadership community, think of it every time you're sitting in front of that CEO as an opportunity to make an impression. When he calls me in 3 or 4 years from now and says, I have this huge opportunity, would you talk to someone on my behalf? I'm going to do it. I might not have done it if he hadn't presented himself in the way that he did.